In the cradle of civilization, where the Tigris and Euphrates carved life from dust, a city rose that defied time itself. Babylon, a jewel in the desert, crowned with towers of bronze, walls so vast they seemed built for gods, and gardens that hung between heaven and earth. At its heart stood a man who believed no power could rival his own, Nebuchadnezzar II, King of kings, ruler of nations. His word was absolute, his will unchallenged. To many, he was the master of the known world. But history remembers not only his triumphs, it remembers his fall. The sun blazed over the plains of Mesopotamia, casting a golden light on Babylon's endless walls. The Euphrates River wound through the city like a silver ribbon, feeding orchards, temples, and palaces adorned with blue glazed bricks. Soldiers marched through its gates, merchants filled its streets, and from a throne of gold and stone lions, Nebuchadnezzar ruled over the greatest empire on earth. Yet far from the splendor of his court, a people wept in silence, captives from Jerusalem. Among them, 4 young men carried a faith that refused to die: Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. In a land of idols, they served a different king, one unseen but not absent. One night, the mighty ruler's peace was shattered. A dream seized him, vast, vivid, and terrifying. He awoke, drenched in sweat, his heart pounding like war drums. He commanded, "Summon the wise men, the magicians, the enchanters, bring them all. Let them tell me what I dreamed and what it means." But none could. "How can we reveal a dream we do not know?" they pleaded. The king's fury ignited. "Then all shall die." Among those condemned was Daniel. Yet instead of despair, he turned to prayer. "Let us seek mercy from the God of heaven," he told his companions, "for only he can uncover what is hidden." That night, a revelation came, a vision that unveiled the king's secret. At dawn, Daniel was brought before Nebuchadnezzar. The throne room was silent, the air thick with tension. "Can you tell me my dream?" the king demanded. Daniel bowed his head. "No mortal can, O king, but there is a God in heaven who reveals mysteries." He began to speak. "In your dream, you saw a great statue, its head of gold, its chest and arms of silver, its belly of bronze, its legs of iron, and its feet of iron mixed with clay. Then a stone, not cut by human hands, struck the statue, breaking it to pieces. The wind carried away the dust, and the stone became a mountain that filled the earth." The room fell silent. Nebuchadnezzar's eyes widened. He had heard his own dream spoken aloud. Daniel continued, "You, O king, are the head of gold. God has given you dominion and power. But after you will rise other kingdoms, until one final eternal kingdom, the one that rules by the Most High." The mighty ruler fell to the ground. "Truly, your God is Lord of kings and revealer of secrets." In the following years, Babylon's furnaces roared once more. Workers toiled under the burning sun. On the plain of Dura, a monument began to rise, a statue entirely of gold. Not just a golden head, but the whole figure, gleaming from crown to foot. When the last panel was set, the king stood before the crowd and proclaimed, "At the sound of music, all peoples and nations shall bow before the image I have made. Whoever refuses shall be cast into the fiery furnace." The instruments sounded, trumpets, harps, flutes, and across the plain the crowd fell to the ground. All but 3. Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah remained standing, their gaze fixed not on gold, but on heaven. The king's rage was immediate. "Bow or burn," he thundered. Their answer was calm. Our God is able to deliver us from the fire, but even if he does not, we will not worship your image." The king's face twisted in fury. "Heat the furnace 7 times hotter." The flames devoured even the soldiers who cast the men inside. The crowd waited in terror until the king rose from his throne, trembling. He asked, "Did we not throw 3 men into the fire? But I see 4, unbound, walking in the flames, and the 4th looks like a son of the gods." The miracle silenced Babylon. When the men emerged, not a thread was burned, nor the scent of smoke upon them. Nebuchadnezzar lifted his voice. "Blessed be the God who delivers like this. No other can save as he does." The people cheered, but within the king the storm had not ceased. Pride does not die easily. That night, Nebuchadnezzar walked alone through his palace. The marble floors reflected the torchlight as he pondered the power he could not control. "If this God rules all," he thought, "why am I still king? Perhaps I am chosen for something greater." Yet another dream came, one that would shatter his illusions completely. He saw a massive tree reaching to the heavens. Its branches sheltered every living creature. Its fruit fed the world. But a voice thundered from above, "Cut down the tree, strip its leaves, scatter its fruit, yet leave the stump in the earth, bound in iron and bronze, until it learns that the Most High rules over the kingdoms of men." When the king awoke, his spirit was shaken. He summoned Daniel once more and told him the vision. Daniel's face fell. He hesitated before speaking. "My lord, may this dream concern your enemies. For the tree is you. Your greatness has grown until it touches the sky. But you will be driven away from men. You will live among the beasts and eat the grass of the field until you acknowledge that heaven rules." The room fell silent. Even a king's heart can tremble before truth. Nebuchadnezzar stood upon the walls of Babylon, gazing at the city of his glory. "Behold," he said, "is this not the great Babylon I have built by my power and for my majesty?" Before his words had faded, a voice echoed from the heavens, "O Nebuchadnezzar, your kingdom has departed from you." Madness overtook him. The King of Kings became a wanderer, his crown forgotten, his throne abandoned. For 7 long years he lived like a beast beneath the open sky, until the pride that once ruled him finally broke. Then at last he lifted his eyes toward heaven. He later wrote, "My reason returned, and I blessed the Most High, whose dominion is everlasting, and whose kingdom endures from generation to generation." The mighty walls of Babylon would one day crumble, but the lesson of its proudest king endured. Empires rise, kings fall, and glory fades, yet the truth remains: no human throne stands forever. But even as the city carried on, beyond its marble gates, the king himself was being remade. The man who once thought himself a god would soon return, not in triumph, but in humility. The people crowded the streets of Babylon. From balconies and terraces, they watched in silence as their ruler returned, not the same proud monarch who once called himself Lord of Nations, but a man reborn through ashes and humility. Nebuchadnezzar walked slowly beneath the carved arches of his palace. Each step echoed against marble that once witnessed his fury. Now it bore witness to grace. Daniel awaited him by the throne, his eyes filled with quiet awe. The king paused before him and spoke in a trembling voice. "Now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and exalt the King of heaven, for all his works are truth and his ways are justice. Those who walk in pride, he is able to humble."
The court listened in stunned silence. No decree of conquest followed, no command to build new temples or monuments, only the testimony of a man who had looked into the abyss and found redemption. Outside, the sun bathed Babylon in light. The same walls that once proclaimed his might now reflected a different glory, not the power of man, but the mercy of heaven. The golden halls that once echoed with boasts of power now whispered songs of repentance. The echo of that humility would outlast the sound of triumphs.
In the years that followed, the empire of Babylon would continue to shine. But its greatest lesson was no longer carved in stone or written in gold. It was carried in the memory of its king, the man who learned that power is fleeting and that even the mightiest fall before the will of the eternal. Nebuchadnezzar's reign ended as all reigns do, but his story outlived his empire. For from the dust of his pride rose a truth that would echo through generations. No kingdom stands forever, and no crown endures apart from the one who gives it. And so, from glory to madness, from the throne to the wilderness, Nebuchadnezzar's journey remains a warning and a wonder. When he finally lifted his eyes to heaven, grace found him. But his story did not end there, for redemption, once received, must be declared. When they saw the king restored, they did not hear decrees of conquest or power. Instead, a song of surrender filled the air. Nebuchadnezzar lifted his hands toward the heavens and spoke with a voice that trembled, yet carried strength. I, Nebuchadnezzar, look up to the heavens and bless the Most High. His sovereignty is everlasting, and his kingdom endures from generation to generation. All the inhabitants of the earth are as nothing before him. He does as he pleases with the hosts of heaven and the peoples of the earth. None can stay his hand or question his will. The words, carried by conviction rather than command, echoed through the halls like thunder. Those who once feared him now honored him differently, not for the reach of his armies, but for the wisdom of his humility. Yet deep within, the king felt one more truth pressing upon his heart. He had been spared not to remain silent, but to bear witness before every nation that human pride is dust before the majesty of heaven. He rose again, his eyes glistening in the torchlight. This story, he declared, must be told, not as the tale of my strength, but as the testimony of grace. The crowd grew quiet as Nebuchadnezzar took his place on the throne once more. Sunlight spilled through the tall windows, washing the marble floors with light that seemed to come from the heavens themselves. The king's voice faded, but his words remained, a lasting echo across generations. Glory belongs not to man, but to God. From pride to humility, from madness to mercy, Nebuchadnezzar's journey reminds us that no crown lasts forever, and no power stands apart from the one who gives it. His story is not just a tale of a king restored, it's a warning, a lesson, and a testimony of grace. If this story moved you, remember to like this video, subscribe for more powerful biblical narrations, and share it with someone who needs this reminder that even in our pride, grace still calls us home.